All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to be going over market structure. So let's get into it. All right, so market structure. There we have a range. Okay, these two are different. Now, they're different in many ways. Okay, and there's going to be something that you're probably going to struggle with to try to find the difference between them. Right, so market structure, just put it as here, market structure is our basic higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? A range, it's going to be a QM, and a QM is strong high, strong low. I know we haven't covered this yet, but bear with me, right? That's what a range is, okay? Now, market structure. So we have a higher high, higher low, all right? What creates this higher high and then confirms this higher low? That would be the range. So in this higher high, there's going to be a strong high, Quasimodo. And then here's going to be a strong low, a Quasimodo. Okay. Inside of these legs. Still with me? Okay. So when we're talking about market structure breaks, BOS, let's say that price breaks this high right here. Let's say that high is broken, right? When price breaks that high and there's a strong low right here, and then there's a strong high right here, let's say. This is a breakup structure, and this low will simply be the higher low making a higher high. So now price should come back to make a new higher low, right? So when price comes back, and let's say price cuts into a POI, goes up, and fails to take out this high, this right here is what you call a failure swing. A failure swing, okay? It failed to make a higher high, all right? So because it failed to make a higher high, it becomes known as a weak low because it failed, right? So it's a failure swing. Okay, you can call it that, or you can call it a weak low. You're gonna hear me say weak low a lot more than failure swing, but it's a failure swing point to make a higher high, known as a weak low. Okay, so because price failed and it created a weak low, what does that mean? That means because it failed, we can expect price to come back down and take this low out, which would then eventually come into some POI, all right? So now this is still your higher low. This is still your higher high, okay? This right here, this should give us a higher high, all right? And when that happens, that's where that new structure low, strong low will be created. So in here, we're gonna get a Q. Again, we haven't covered this, but I'm slowly starting to kind of introduce it, but we'll cover this in full detail down the course. I just have to include this because this is how I see market structure and arrange. So price will come and take out this high, which would be officially our target. All right. Again, we'll cover that in the future videos. So this is the higher low. That's the higher high. Now it made a new higher low after it took out this high to create that new higher high. Now we can anticipate a what? Another higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. All right, now we can anticipate a new higher low. So for that to happen, we're gonna need price to create the QM, which would be our new higher high, as I have it here. Okay. Higher high. And I gotta create the higher low. Now price can do whatever it wants in here before that new higher low is made. Okay. Then eventually it'll go and hit our target. That's why we use ranges to identify where we're at in the market. So for example, that's inducement or liquidity. I didn't want to talk about it, but oh well, I'll just introduce it. Liquidity, all right, or inducement, let's say, for example. Don't worry about it if you don't know what that is. All right, so then that would be a new range. And then a new range will be created until it comes down into a point of interest, POI. And that's when we should get a new what? A new higher low, right? To confirm that, we gotta get a Quasimodo and target this. That's how market structure and ranges are put together. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there's quite a few differences, right? It's not just every single low and high in the market. It's not what you learned, the basic stuff of higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then they tell you higher high, higher low. Well, actually, let me change color. It'll be something like this. It'll be like higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, break structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It's not like this. Okay, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like they're telling you. All right. So we use market structure, the basic understanding, to identify our leg. All right, higher high, higher low. Right? But the way that we identify these legs is through ranges, which you guys will be introduced into ranges very soon. So I hope this is making sense so far. Again, this is just the basic stuff, so you can already imagine the advanced. So let me give another example. Okay, now a bearish one. Low, high, low, low, right? Broke structure, we made a lower low. And now we're gonna pull back to make a potential, what? Low, lower high, low, low, okay? So lower high. That's what we're expecting. But it's not gonna look like this, and we know that.